So today we will be graphing the equations that we solved yesterday. Remember solving those? They were inequalities, and we solved them just like we solved equations. But there was one thing you had to remember. What was it that you had to remember?
If you're dividing and multiplying by a negative.
Exactly. If you're multiplying by a negative or dividing by a negative number on both sides, you had to flip your inequality. Multiply or divide by a negative, you flip the inequality. Well, today we're going to graph the solutions to those. And it's not like the other graphing we did. Remember when we graphed things before, you had equations that had x's and y's? Remember that? Yes. Yes. You had x going this way. You had y going this way, right? You had the x-axis, the y-axis. You had the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate. Two different. Well, look at the things we're working with now. How many variables? Only one. How many variables? One. How many variables? One variable. So that's why these are going to be a little bit easier to graph. One variable just means one direction. So basically, we're going to be graphing it on a line, on a number line. And should be fairly easy. When you start off with your number line, first of all, I would make it convenient for you. Don't start at 0. You're going to be going all the way up to 17. Your number line will be 3 miles long. Make it convenient. However, that is too convenient. You can't just put 17 on there. Make a few values larger and a couple smaller, and we'll call that good. Couple in each direction. When you go to graph this, you solve the equation like we did yesterday, and then you're going to graph m is greater than 17. 17. We're going to go to 17 and make a circle. And that circle, you're either going to leave it or color it in. Here's how you know what's what. If it's just greater than or just less than, you leave it. If it's just greater than or just less than, you leave it. You do not color it in. That's called an open circle. If there's an equals underneath there, if it's greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, then you color in the circle. That's called a closed dot. Well, this one's just greater than, so we're just going to make our circle and not color it in. Bless you. And then I want m's that are greater than 17. Which way? To the right or to the left? Are they greater than 17? To the right. So on your number line, I like to color it like this so I can see. And what that tells you is then, you can look at it and get a visual representation of the solution. Any value that you pick from this region, like say for instance 19. If you pick 19 and plug it back into our original, it'll work. What's 19 take away 5? 4. 14. 14 greater than 12? Yes, so it works. So it's just sort of a picture of your solution. And wouldn't you agree that's a lot easier to graph than the XY? How about this one? I've got the solution. No, let's not do that one next. Let's do this one. Let's do this one next. This eraser is going to stink, but if you work this out, you get D greater than 9. What's so interesting down there? Do I even want to know? Now, I don't like my variable over there. I don't like my variable on that side. So I can flip it. I got a D and I got a 9. Look, if I'm rearranging, though, what I have to make sure is that the big part faces the D and the little part faces the 9. The big part faces the D and the little part faces the 9. Now I can graph that a little easier. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11. Make a circle at 9. Should I color it in? No, it's just greater than. So I'm going to make my circle at 9, and then I want the values that are greater. Which way, right or left? How about let's do one like this? Let's do x less than or equal to 5. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What should I do? How about if I move my camera so I can see what I'm doing? What should I do? Color in? Yes? Color in? Because it's got the equals, I'm going to color it in. And then which way? I got x less than to the left. Those are the values that are smaller. That way. I have a little trick I want to show you. It only works if your letter is on the left side, though. See my letter on the left? See my letter on the left? And right here, my letter is on the left. If your letter is on the left, the inequality points to the direction you should color. Look at that. It points that way. Go down here. See, it's on the left. It points in the direction I need to color. See this one? It's on the left. It points in the direction I need to color. Well, that's helpful when you get to things like this. X is less than -7. Oh boy. I have trouble knowing what's bigger than -7 and what's smaller than -7. I go to -7 and make my circle. Do I color in? How about if we scroll? Oh wait, that's only people who are on their phone. So I'm not going to color it in because there's no equals. And then which direction? I need the values that are less than, smaller. Well, this tells me I'm going to color in to the left. And those are the values that are smaller than -7. Does that make sense? So today all you're going to do, you're going to solve a few of these, and then at the end, after you solve it, you're going to graph it. But it goes a lot faster than the graphing we did before. So, do you have questions? Yes, because it's just a number line, and that way you can number it how you need it. And, you know, just two above and 2 below is good enough. You don't have to make 10 or 20 numbers on there. And that way, you can start it where it's convenient then. Did I say it's right here? Right here, 658, that's the back. And then solve them and graph them. I'll take attendance and then I'll be in my office waiting to help. Waiting to help.